Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has had enough of Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate for president.
All you do is show up once every 4 years to speak to people who are justifiably pissed off, but you're just showing up once every 4 years to do that? You're not serious. You're not authentic. To me, it does not read as authentic. It reads as predatory.
Donald Trump became president of the United States thanks to the Electoral College and Jill Stein. The votes that Jill Stein took from Hillary Clinton in key Electoral College states were enough to help Donald Trump win Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Donald Trump is very grateful to Jill Stein. He says that he likes Jill Stein because she takes 100% of her votes from the Democratic candidate for president. And that's why the Harris for President campaign is now running this ad.
Jill Stein, Green Party candidate for president. So why are Trump's close allies helping her? Stein was key to Trump's 2016 wins in battleground states. She's not sorry she helped Trump win. That's why a vote for Stein is really a vote for Trump.
For Jill Stein, I like her very much. You know why? She takes 100% from them.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
And the Democratic Party is running this ad about Jill Stein.
You can tell a lot about a person by the company they keep. Like Jill Stein. Stein isn't sorry about swinging the 2016 election to Trump. And now she's being helped by MAGA allies and Trump's former lawyer. Longtime Klan leader David Duke endorsed her. And like Trump, she's cozied up to Vladimir Putin. Jill Stein, look at her friends. Because a vote for Stein is a vote for Trump.
These are the very first ads that a Democratic presidential candidate and the Democratic Party have ever targeted at a third-party candidate. For Kamala Harris to win, Jill Stein has to be stopped. And the only people who can stop her now are voters. Her family has already tried. When she told us she was going to run again back in October 2023, we asked her not to, said one of her adult sons in an interview with the New York Times, asking not to be identified by name to avoid any personal or professional repercussions from associating with her. Jill Stein's children want no public association with their mother. What would it take for you to turn against your 74-year-old mother if she were running for office? That same son of Jill Stein told the New York Times, for her political activities, she does not have the support of the family. But Jill Stein does have the support of Donald Trump, who likes her and publicly supports her. Jill Stein does have the support of Vladimir Putin, and Jill Stein does have the support of some voters who consider Kamala Harris the lesser of two evils on the issue that they care about most, the treatment of Palestinians trying to survive in Gaza. None of those people have probably had the chance to read Bob Woodward's new book, which details how Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been doing everything they possibly can every day to get a ceasefire and to get humanitarian supplies to people in Gaza over the objections of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who at first refused to allow even an ounce of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Those were Netanyahu's words to Joe Biden, as quoted in Bob Woodward's book, not a drop, not an ounce. Joe Biden fought through that resistance and got humanitarian supplies shipped to Gaza. And despite trying every day, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have not been able to get Israel and Hamas to agree to a ceasefire. If Donald Trump is president again, Bibi Netanyahu will decide exactly how much humanitarian assistance gets to Gaza, and Donald Trump won't care. If it's not a drop, not an ounce, Donald Trump will support that choice. Donald Trump will support anything that Bibi Netanyahu wants to do in Gaza or anywhere. Donald Trump is clearly the worst possible winner of this presidential election for anyone who cares about the safety and future of the Palestinian people. Donald Trump has never pressured the Israeli government to move toward establishing a Palestinian state. And so Kamala Harris is not the lesser of two evils on the issue of the future of the Palestinian people in a Palestinian state. Kamala Harris is good on that issue, but she is not perfect, not even close to perfect for Jill Stein voters. Jill Stein voters are allowing the perfect to be the enemy of the good. Jill Stein is perfect on the issue that they care about, and Jill Stein is never going to be elected to any office in the United States of America. Never. She will never matter. It's easy to be perfect on difficult issues when you're not trying to win more than 1% of the vote. Jill Stein's running mate, Butch Ware, says Kamala Harris is, in his words, quote, the black face of white supremacy. Jill Stein's running mate calls Barack Obama, quote, a house Negro. Those are the words of Jill Stein's running mate. Jill Stein's running mate says nothing about Donald Trump. Jill Stein says nothing about Donald Trump. They are not running against Donald Trump. They are running against Kamala Harris, and they are running for Donald Trump. The New York Times interviewed Bob McMurray, a campaign volunteer for Jill Stein in Michigan, who said that he voted for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in the last two elections, but this time he's voting for Jill Stein, quote, even as he surmised that Donald Trump would be worse for Gaza. I've been voting my entire life for the lesser of two evils, he said. I'm tired of it. I understand that feeling, Bob. I voted for third-party candidates many times before the 21st century, but I've never voted in a state where my presidential vote matters. Massachusetts, then New York, and now California. Bob, my vote isn't going to matter in this year's election because we already know who's going to win in California. Your vote in Michigan matters much more than any voter in California or New York or Massachusetts or 35 other states. Bob, you as a Michigan voter have been entrusted by the founding fathers as one of the American voters who actually gets to choose the winner of the Electoral College, and you're tired. And because you're tired, you're not going to vote for Kamala Harris.
They asked a question during the debate about housing policy, and their big housing policy is mass deportations. Kamala Harris's answer is we're going to help you with your down payment, and we're going to take on the Wall Street actors who are outbidding everybody for a house.
A vote for Jill Stein is a vote for Donald Trump. A vote for Jill Stein is a vote for mass deportations. If Donald Trump becomes president and Jill Stein voters are watching millions of people deported from this country, if they are watching their friends being deported from this country, their friends will know that Jill Stein voters are to blame for what Donald Trump is doing to them. They will know that it is happening thanks to Jill Stein. We'll be right back.